Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jamala Janissa. If you're returning, thank you as always. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So as you can see by the title, today I'm going to be telling you guys must-haves for your Cricut Joy. So this is what I use to make the names on my bonnets and the robes. I have my list here and all the objects on the table. So the first thing on my list is a cutting mat. So this is how it looks. You don't have to get a cutting mat this big. I have my cutting mat this big because I do cut for bonnets, so this size works for me. So I use a cutting mat for my Cricut because I don't always use the small vinyl for this machine. I usually cut it into the size that I need it to be and then put it on the mat and feed it through. Everything I'm listed in the video is from Amazon, so I'll have everything linked down below so you guys can check it out. Up next, you're gonna need a mat for your Cricut. So when I bought my Cricut Joy, it came with this mat. So this is a smaller one, but my names on my bonnet is bigger, so I need this mat. I think I paid like $11.99, and it does come in handy. Like for smaller projects, this works really well. And then for my bigger projects, I use this. The only thing I don't like about these mats is like it catches hair on it and stuff like that. But what works is Dawn dish soap. You can use Dawn dish soap to clean it. I've done that in the past. I see a lot of people would throw out their mat and buy a new one, but I'm all about saving money. I'm gonna clean it, and it comes out pretty good. Like I wish it was clean right now so I could show you guys, but I need to clean it. So I'm probably gonna do that after this video because I have some projects to work on. Okay, next you're gonna need your tools. So you have the weeding tool. I do not know what this is for. I never had use for this. And this is the vinyl scraper. So I use this all the time. I do not use these because I mostly use iron-on. I don't use regular vinyl. This is where this will come in handy. And this, I don't know what this is for. It just came in a pack of 3, so I got it. And I think it was like around $11.99, $12. I'm not sure. It wasn't too expensive, but yes, this is the handy tool that you need. This right here. And since we're talking about the weeding tool, there's also a weeding scraper. Sometimes when I do projects and I'm weeding it out, it will get stuck on this. And instead of just, you know, using your finger and taking it off, you have this and you would just scrape it off. And then it all collects inside here, and then, you know, you dump it, whatever. This was very convenient to buy because less mess. I hate when my workspace is like super messy, or I see the little pieces all around my room. That really pisses me off. So this just basically makes my life so much easier. And it's suction, so it stays, you see. So when you just do it, you just do that, and that's it. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is a brayer. So what I use a brayer for is when I put the names on my bonnet and I want it to stay in place, I would just do this, and it makes it, it's not going nowhere. When you do it, it's not going nowhere. Like, so I really love this. I think I paid $7 for this, or $6. Also, when I'm doing my robes, you know, it makes it stay in place because I put on like maybe 10 names at a time, and sometimes I'm not ready for the iron, so I'll just do that so it stays in place. It doesn't move and go anywhere. Another good thing to have is a light pad. Sometimes when I'm doing a smaller project, it's harder to see when I'm weeding out, so I'll put it on the light pad and I will see everything. It traces out everything for me to see what I'm doing. It's not battery operated. You need to use a USB, so they sent me over a USB. You plug it in, so it only works when it's plugged in. You have a low setting and you have a high setting, and I think it's really good because the way my eyes are set up, especially if my room is like dull and I don't have all the lights on, like my ring light or my room light, it's hard to see. I be like straining my eyes, so this comes in clutch all the time. Next, if you're using your Cricut Joy to iron on labels, you need butcher paper. So I bought butcher paper from Amazon. It came with like a whole big roll. I wish I can show you guys the big roll that it came in, but I have a little piece just to show you guys how it looks. It's basically just paper. Like, put your vinyl, then you will put this, and then you will put your heat press. So it's a protector of your material. It's kind of thick. You have different ones on Amazon. I'm gonna link the one that I have below because it was a whole big bulk, and I think I paid like $12 or $13, and that's gonna last me for a really long time because I only use little pieces like this, and it's huge. Next up is, if you're using your Cricut Joy for iron on, you're gonna need iron. So I have the Easy Press Mini. So this is for smaller projects. I started with this when I was ironing my labels on my pillowcases, but then since I branched off to bonnets, which is bonnets are bigger, I invest in this one. I love it. It makes my life so much easier. Like when I was doing this one, I had to set a timer on my phone, which was super annoying. With this one, I just press it, put a temperature and the time, everything is there. So if you're doing bigger projects, this will be better. But if you're doing small ones, just start with this. This one was $50, $49.99, and I think this was $129 or something, $150. I really don't remember. I bought this in Michael's, but they do have it on Amazon. I think on Amazon it is cheaper, but I needed it right away, so I bought it in Michael's. So these are the vinyls that I use. I use the Smart Iron-On by Cricut. Remember in the beginning of the video I was telling you guys about the cutting mat? So basically I get the bigger vinyl. I look which one is cheaper, and then I calculate it and see which one is better for my money. I love to save money, and that's what I'm gonna do all the time. I will cut it down and then put it on the mat and feed it through. because with this you could just feed it through, but I realize you waste vinyl that way, so I usually just always cut it and put it on my mat. So like I said, whichever one is cheaper I just go for. I only like to use Cricut brand. I know a lot of people don't like Cricut brand, but this is what works for me, so I'm just gonna continue using it. But you don't have to always use Cricut brand. There's a whole bunch of different vinyls on Amazon or anywhere. Just gotta cut it down to the size that you need and put it through the machine. Just make sure you have your mat, because you cannot put it through the machine without the mat if it's not this. Okay. And lastly, I'm just gonna add on, if you want, you can buy a bag to store your Cricut in. So I'll put my Cricut here, the plugs here, my easy press here, extra scrap vinyl that I have, and then it comes with compartments in here, so I put my tools in here. My mini mat goes here, then I put more butcher paper here. It's like so many compartments. And this is the best if you're like on the go all the time working, and then you also have the sides over here and here. And then you also have this little pouch back here. Once the Cricut is in it, it's basically not even heavy. Like you can go on the go and be like, oh, I'm about to go work. I don't usually bring my work on the go with me, but if I was supposed to, this would be so clutch. And I just bring it because I like to have it stored. I don't know, like I like my stuff to be super organized, so I just put everything Cricut related in here. It makes my life so much easier. I also want to add that if you do have a Cricut, you don't have to use Cricut Design Space. Like there's the font, there's Fonto, there's Canva, there's Creative Fabrica, there's Creative Market where you can get a whole bunch of different fonts, different files online. You can also use Etsy. With me personally, I do not use Cricut Design Space. It makes no sense for me to subscribe to that. When I'm a graphic designer, I know a whole bunch of different apps that I have at my fingertips that I'm already paying for. Might as well use that. Then subscribe to another subscription that I'm only going to use for a font. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So you guys do not have to use that. Canva works perfect. That's where I have all my fonts for my bonnets at, in Canva. So I always go to Canva first, then I upload it in Cricut Design Space, and voila. Another tip I would say is follow Cricut on TikTok, because they drop a lot of gems. Some stuff I'm like, I didn't even know this. Or you can also go on the Cricut hashtag on TikTok, Cricut Joy. You get a whole bunch of different tips. Everybody knows TikTok is like a university. I learned a whole bunch of stuff on TikTok. So I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got tips. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.